Greetings, residents. Supervisor Dick Thurston talking with you today. Our weekly talk of the town, front porch chat. This is a little bit of modification. We're here today at Carnwath, not at the front porch, but we're by the mansion building, which is just behind me. I just wanted to give you an update on this beautiful day here. The number of people walking their dogs and strollers with their kids as well. So please come on out. But what we've been doing is we've been continuing to make some, excellent progress with respect to the restoration of the grounds, to make this even a more enjoyable and multi-function use park and facilities of the town. So I'm standing right in front of the rear of what we call the mansion building. This is one of our historic, buildings that goes back to the early days of the operation out here. And as you can see right now, it's the windows are boarded up, but we're hoping to open at least the upper floor to let air in. And why is that important? Well, you'll recall a few months ago, the town board had approved the further work on this building, and what has been just completed, as you can see, with the white tarp that's overhanging the roof. We finally were able to get the roofing company Vanguard out here, and they took out the skylights that were leaking, and they placed over the entire roof structure this tarp that has a couple years of life on it. The reason this is important is for the first time in a couple decades, quite honestly, we have now truly stabilized the roof from further leaking, further water damage inside, so that we can go in and to start to evaluate what repair work is being done. But as you can see, the roof structure is now totally enclosed. And also, more importantly, we have removed the couple of chimneys that were over the two sections of the roof in the back and over on the side. And that's important because we're finding a number of falling bricks coming down after a bad storm. So now the area alongside the mansion is very safe. We don't have to have the security fence up that we once had. Also, as you can see at the top, if Mike zooms in, some of the woodwork that was being done, we removed the loose pieces, and in one section we have shored it up, so as again to preserve it, so that when we get a decision made by the board on what to do with this building, then we'll have stabilized it so that we could make the decision. You'll recall that the board agreed as part of the resolution to stabilize the roof, which we've done, and then a year from now, in July of next year, the board will be making a decision of what to do with respect to the building. Do we renovate it? Do we do something partially with it? Do we tear it down? Do we keep a facade? Those decisions will be made. And we'll walk around, just briefly. You'll see some areas where bricks have also fallen out, because of really the water damage that's done, from the roof and the lack of meaningful gutters and down spouts. Good news is now that we've stabilized this, we are starting to get some interest with possible funding, actually some significant funding that would be, quite meaningful with respect to this beautiful structure. So there'll be more. We'll walk around to the front of it. So we'll be right back. We're standing in the front portion of the mansion, and you can see some of the former beautiful facade that we had. We've removed again a lot of the glass, and safety elements have been restored. You can see again the roofing from the front. Also, though, we continue to have the fence because we're not allowing any unauthorized entrance, because the interior of it now, that had suffered a fair amount from the water, damage. But now that we've stabilized the roof, we're able to start, considering, as I mentioned, we are getting some strong interest on potential funding for the restoration of the building. So, I'm excited about it. Our town historian, Joey Cavassini, is very excited about it, and so we're hoping that within a year from now, we'll have even more good news. We'll talk a little bit more about some other grant opportunities that we have received funding for. Also, we're standing out in front, and if you look, there's a beautiful rock garden that we have. That the dedication plaque for the Carnwath is there. This was done by one of our Eagle Scouts, Liam Byrne, and we've had really great support from the scouting community, and continue to look for volunteers. Also, as you've noticed, we've been putting up more banners throughout the town for our hometown heroes, but also we have a program that Joey manages for donation of trees in memory of loved ones. We have one right behind us that we'll show you, that was planted in 2020. So if anybody's interested in adding to the beauty, as we have to unfortunately cut down a lot of dead trees, there's one standing right over in front of me, we are putting in many, many new trees. So, please come on out, and volunteer, most especially. This park is yours. Almost 100 acres, 99.7 acres. So here for you to enjoy, and hopefully even more of the buildings will be able to enjoy. But we are over to my left. That's the beginning of the Reese Cultural Center. That's the old chapel. That has its certificate of occupancy. On the other side is the Sports Museum of Dutchess County. And we're going to be going down to the lower level, where I'll talk about the new senior center shortly. Thank you. We're on the south-facing side of the building, what we call the Reese Cultural Center. And I just wanted to show to you what I believe is one of the older living standing trees in the town. It's just a masterpiece that was here when the farm was originally established, and we feel that this actually can be part of a new branding campaign for the town. We're in the process of trying to get arborist or two out here to figure out what we can do to restore it, but also, since it has such a wonderful shade canopy, how we can make better use of this for functions going forward. So as you walk Carnwath, many people don't realize it's here because the road that you walk down to other parts of the farms makes it a little bit less visible. But come around to the backside, which is, as I said, on the south-facing side of the Reese Cultural Buildings. Such a gem. We have many more, flora and fauna out here that will just never cease to amaze you. Right now, I just noticed that the wineberries are in full flavor. So a lot of different wild berries out here. I think the blackcaps were, here not too long ago. So please come on out, enjoy the park. Thank you. I'm standing at the lower level of the Reese Cultural Center. If you look at it from the front, this would appear to be the basement, but actually it's the first floor. And why I'm standing here is to introduce the fact that we have just received the $150,000 grant to renovate, this area, for a new, what I will call, active senior center, and we'll also have community center use. What I mean by active community center, we have a growing number of our population that are very active seniors. And with this park here and with this beautiful facility, you can see the lawn area. We're going to update the parking lot, the ramps, the walkways, the deck with the grant monies, more importantly, the interior, to update that, to modernize, the facility, particularly when you look at the expanse of room. We have a large, several thousand square foot area that will be able to hold a number of senior events in. So with that grant and another grant that I understand was approved last night to help us with water and sewer upgrades, water upgrades principally in this building to get water from outside inside, this will make this part of Carnwath and the Reese Center a very lovely facility, for use of town functions. With the water upgrade, then what we'll also be able to do is add, other toilets, upgrade the facilities on all floors. And of course, as you know, when you're looking from the front at the first floor, that's where we have the Sports Museum of Dutchess County. We have more floors above that, that we have a lot of interest in for activities, for rental. And then over to my left, not part of this grant, but we plan on doing renovation work as a really large industrial kitchen. So once we get these projects underway and then completed, hopefully again within the next year, we're going to have a lovely, useful place for our residents for indoor activities out at this lovely outdoor area at Carnwath Farm. So please stay tuned to further announcements on this. Again, if you are interested in volunteering for any activities here or elsewhere throughout the town in our various parks, please let me know and we'll put you to work right away. So until soon, please stay safe and remain well. Thank you.